What's up, guys? It's been a while since I've done a video, so I thought it might be a good time to do so. So this video is going to be on kind of like the thought process that a lot of us use in the highest levels to really just get an advantage, right? So a lot of people are like, oh, Evo, Evo is always getting, way higher and they spend a lot of money, which, yeah. So we spend money. That's definitely true. If you look at our blessing, it's not crazy, like, yeah, a lot of gold, but it's not nuts. When we went for, 101 billion, we weren't even maxed, So yeah, it's high, and yeah, we do have people that spend money in our guild. But to be honest, we have a lot of free to play players in our guild. Like we have like several, right? We have, um, I mean, so Chica's free to play, Insane's free to play. As you guys know, the notorious Seb is free to play, and I think there's a few others in our guild that are like free to play. So it's not everybody that spends money, and not even any of all spend like a whole bunch. Like on this event, I mean, I spent 225, and I gave like 43k gold, right? But you'll see like gold, everyone donates gold or whatnot. So, and of course Orca has a little more because he's maxed out on everything. So, but I just wanted to kind of show how it works, and like kind of some of the thought processes and how we can just you kind of get an edge. So you'll see that I am on solo currently. I am right on 81. I kind of getting ready to do my final push there, but I also have 10 of my green torches left, right? So I'm probably going to do some extra damage just because we're not going to probably do our final push until tomorrow. And I just want to show kind of like the thought process behind some of the extra damage. So I have like 2 minutes left, so I might as well hit it once, right? So first off, I don't have a lane on level 9. I'm almost there. I spent a bunch of gems this time to try to get him to a 9, but I don't. But this is definitely the setup that's been working great for me. Of course, if I was a 9, I would switch the spells out. But also at my boots, you'll see that look at equip best. My 5-star boots aren't even as good. I got really gypped on the boots, but honestly, they're not even good anyway. So I just want to play one, show you kind of how I think. So right, so first you just look at the initial level, right? But I'm making observations this whole time, so I'm only going to use fire scrolls because that's what I've done so far. I think I've used maybe one freeze one time, so they kind of give me a heads up to say that the spider's annoying at first, right? But for like the first 20 seconds, it picks up a lot. So I'm gonna like go with them, but I'm going to right before the 2, I'm gonna lay one guy. Okay, so nothing's been picked up yet, so it's going okay, in my opinion, right? And we're doing okay. So I'm just checking it out, feeling it out, seeing how the level goes. The goal though is to just do as much damage as possible, right? Why I use the commander is to get everything in one lane, just because the shield does a really good job. So we're gonna just see like how much damage I can do with this setup. So first lunge, that kind of sucked. Yeah, he's gonna spit. Okay, so this spider kind of does suck so far. He picks up too. So why you want to get is the raid out there as much as you can is because you don't want him picking up your like super important units like Bloodstalker, right? My Bloodstalker is what is going ham right now on his portal, right? And now also the see, he got picked up though, but I still got Soul Leech hidden at it, so I'm doing okay here. I'll maybe make some changes, but the spider's pretty aggressive. But the biggest thing is how I'm getting a bunch of raid out. I want every time like I have hardly any guys on the field except for my important ones, I want to try to get a raid out so that they hopefully prioritize picking him up over something else, right? So we're going to see how much damage I did with one fire scroll. And then I'm going to see if maybe if I could play it differently. I like that I waited, but like I said, I did kind of get a heads up. So 20,000, this is not very good. So, yeah, that's not very good damage. So I'm going to try it again. And we'll see what happens here. So I'm going to play guys sooner. I'm assuming that that first lunge is like the timer that does the action. We'll see what happens though. So I'm gonna wait till he lunges. Okay, there it is. All right, and I'm gonna assume he doesn't pick up after the lunge. Okay, so he does pick up. So I'm watching the time too, right? So he's picked up twice now. So literally it's the first 20 seconds. First 20 seconds he picks up stuff. So we'll see what happens here. He'll lunge in just a little bit. But you see how my first one, I kind of like avoided that by waiting because I got a heads up from the guild, and that's why guild communication is super important. That hey, that's kind of what it's about, right? So I mean, maybe I won't do great on this level. Maybe I won't do. Maybe that's like maybe the damage I did in the first one is good with one fire scroll. This is level 40, so it's a tough level. But you're always just trying to figure out, is there a way that I can do more damage to the spider? Is there a way I can learn what the spider is doing to try to get a better edge for the next fight, right? So he's starting to get a little more aggressive. He picks up, unfortunately, like the main unit that I don't want him to. But see how he's also picking up a bunch of the raids? And that's why you have the raids. The raids are huge, guys. Can't stress it enough in multiplayer. Okay, come on, live. Yee. Alright. So this one didn't feel as good as the last one. We're going to see, though. Like, I got some pickups at the beginning. We'll see what happens, though. Okay, actually did a little better. Not much, but a little bit. So, let's try it one more time. And I'll show you what my damage is after this. And like I said, I think I've only used like 1 or 2 freezes. Oh, I wasn't supposed to lay him. He's going to get picked up. Oh, look at it. He does something way different, right? Yeah, he's going to get picked up. Cool. It didn't really matter, though. I mean, other than I wasted kind of some mana. There's the lunge. Okay, and we're going to still wait. And right before the 2. So that's the sweet... Oh, he still picked it up. So that's not the sweet spot. It's probably the sweet spot if you... Oh, wow. Take it down? Okay. It's probably the sweet spot if you have, like a phase assess, right? Because she goes invisible. And that actually matters a lot. So, we'll see what happens here. This one's already seemingly going worse than the others. I'm going to leave the raid, and you're going to see why in a second. He's going to lunge. I know he's going to lunge. I thought it was a little sooner than now, though. It's okay. I guess we'll go here. Kind of waiting for him to go spam on me. I know he does at some point. I guess I'm not going to wait any longer. Okay. Picking up a bunch of skeletons, as you can see. The biggest thing is he's not picking up my, like I said, my damage dealers. My Bloodstalker, my Soul Leech. He did just pick up my Soul Leech, and then, of course, he spammed him. I have 14 seconds left, so I'm going to go Bloodstalker. I'm going to go this. I'm going to push him down the lane. See if I can get maybe 1 or 2 hits with him. It's not a great run again, but when we did the 101 billion, like I was averaging, we just found a good level, right? And I was averaging like over I think it was over 10 mil. That was terrible, by the way. But you know, you do bad sometimes, you know, and you learn from them. So I've learned that basically I should wait. I should kind of stack the deck to what I want after 120 is when I should just give up. So basically I'm going to say I want. Oh, but I actually have a card I want, right? So right now I have I kind of have like the cards I want. So I'm going to. I forgot to blow that, so it's fine. Okay, so I missed it, but I'm going to go now here. And we're going to see what happens. Okay. He's going to lunge soon, so we're going to push those guys. I'm going to put him way back there, because I think he'll probably survive the lunge. My Scourge will, because I don't think he's going to get down before he'll lunge again. We'll see what happens, though. I'm gonna have Fearless Leader out. We're gonna see what happens, but I'm hoping See how my Scourges lived? They would have died had I did that differently. Well, they died anyway, but it's still pretty showing you kind of like some tricks, right? Okay. Ouch, what did you just pick up? I don't know. Okay, and pick up other things, please. Don't pick up my damage dealers. Got some Scourges doing some work right now. That's why you gotta have Scourges. Scourges are awesome. Okay, and everything's going in one lane. And let's see what happens. Those Scourges are actually doing some work. So anyway, you just kind of learn the flow of the level, right? And you see what worked well, see what didn't. I don't know. This one felt good because of the Scourges. It was still not my best though, right? So the second run I did was the best. So you kind of just make observations to see what is the best outcomes you can have, right? So I think the best thing is if I can get Phase Assassin out about like 122. I don't think she'll get picked up. So I do have a Phase Assassin, so let's see what happens. So I'm going to get rid of these. Oops. Okay. Just in time. Okay. And then my plan is to put Phase Assassin out right before the 2, so I'll still get at least one of the 2 cards. So there. And if it worked, then they won't pick her up, right? Okay, now I'm past the time, so we should be good. So I think this right here, if you're just using one fire scroll, is the best strategy you can maybe not possibly do, but this is like out of my observations, seems like the best one for the mix. So that's just, like I said, my observation. You guys can do a completely different thing, but we'll take a look at my damage after this and see if I'm onto something, right? So I'm gonna wait. He's gonna lunge. I'm gonna then put this out. Okay, if I remember correctly, he's still gonna do a bunch of lunges, so I'm gonna put my Scourge in the back there in hopes that potentially he'll survive his lunge, and he's not going to. He's gonna start lunging here in a second. He's gonna, yep, there we go. He's getting mad. He's getting mad. But we'll see. Like I said, I think this is just my plan. And I just make observations like that. And that's literally how I end up doing a lot of damage, and it doesn't cost a lot. Fire scrolls, that's it. I've hardly played any other scrolls in group and still managed to do a lot of damage because of you learn from the spiders. You learn from the levels, and why Evo does so well is we share, right? We find out. So let's see here. There we go. That's almost 2 times as much as I did. Like, it is 2 times as much as my first round. But, like, see how much different that is? And it was because of observations. So, Evo's strong. We have some really strong players. Yes, we spend some money. But we learn from the spiders. We work together. We have outstanding leadership that push us and know when to push, know what levels to skip or to go through or push through, and they just make really good calls. So I think that every guild has the potential to do a lot of damage, but why Evo really has the edge is because of, 1, we communicate on a different app, not in-game, right? We use Line. 2, like I said, we have leaders who know the game, they've been there from the beginning, and they know when we're supposed to push, when they make good decisions, and we share, right? So we hit a level, we get an extra damage level, and that level, we seem like we can do some pretty decent damage. We try a few decks, we learn from the spider, and we're like, oh, hey, we're doing actually some really good damage here, so we'll stay on this one, right? Or, there might be a better one down the line, right? And honestly, we have a blast. Using all of our torches, you can kind of make a whole weekend out of it, and everybody's really respectful. I never feel really pressured, ever. I think, our minimum damage is, 500 million. And that may seem like a lot to you, but here, let me show you. I told you, I've literally used just fire scrolls, except for maybe 1 or 2 freezes, I think, this entire time. And here's where I'm at, okay? And I've also done extra damage that you don't see on here, right? So 2.4 billion, and yes, I have 5-star gear or whatnot, but it's just, learning the spiders, um, having a pretty decent blessing, and teamwork, man. Our family's awesome, and I mean, that's what it's about. And I hope this helps you guys. But yeah. Anyway, have a great day, guys, and hope you guys all get to 40 spider this time. Bye.